Hello, today I'm going to be talking about 5 famous people who contributed many contributions to our society. First, I'm going to talk about Bill Gates. He's an American business magnate, investor, author, philanthropist, and humanitarian. His greatest achievement was when he introduced the now famous company, Microsoft, that revolutionized the use of computers and made them easier to use. His net worth is about 107 billion USD dollars and is the second richest person in the world, following Jeff Bezos. He invented the modern computer, which he sold, and it became a phenomenon. Instead of the huge computers that stretch from one side of the room to another, we now have computers that hardly take up any room. The computers that he made were also the first to have apps, games, and many other great inventions that today we recognize as necessary households in our daily life, all thanks to this famous investor down below. Microsoft has all you need. Security? Check. There has been a lot of news recently regarding the increasing threat of cyber attacks. Attacks are growing in sophistication and scale. Sit back, relax. Microsoft has taken the responsibility of keeping your data and information safe. All data stored in the cloud is housed in one of Microsoft's data centers, providing real-time safety scans for messages and documents for cybersecurity threats, making it one of the safest cloud services around. What a great invention! Easy to use? Check. Microsoft applications can be used for complicated operations, depending on how you want to use them. But one of the standout features of it is that it can be used by people of any age to simplify functions and increase productivity, which is the reason it was developed in the first place. Loads of available software? Check. There's a huge selection of software available for Windows. This is both due to and the reason for Microsoft's dominance of the world market for PC computer operating systems and office software. If you're looking for an application to suit your business needs, chances are that if it exists, there will be a Windows version of it available somewhere. Lastly, can you buy it in every country? Check. Microsoft is known worldwide and can be seen in every country of the world, even the destitute countries. What a great investor he is. 10 major accomplishments of Bill Gates. He established Microsoft, the most successful computer software company, in January of 1975. While pursuing his studies at Harvard, Bill Gates and his friend Paul Allen read a cover story in Popular Electronics. The story was about a $350 Altair 8800 microcomputer made by a New Mexico-based company called MITS. Bill Gates later recorded that at that moment they had understood that the price of computers would soon drop to the point that selling software for them would be a profitable business. Gates dropped out of Harvard wanting to be the forefront of computer software business. He soon co-founded Microsoft, later named Microsoft, with Paul Allen, and in over a decade and a half, the duo built the most successful software company in the world. This is a picture of the Altair 8800. He co-developed the programming language BASIC for Altair. Developed in 1963, BASIC had become a popular programming language in a few years, owing to the fact that it was easy to learn for beginners but had the necessary functionality that could be stretched by advanced coders. In the 1970s, MITS had come out with the Altair 8800 microcomputer machine. Paul Allen and Bill Gates contacted MITS founder Ed Roberts, telling him that they were developing an interpreter and asked whether he would like to see a demonstration in a few weeks. What was of interest was that the duo had announced a non-existent product to gauge the interest of the buyer. They neither had an interpreter and not even an Altair system on which to develop and test. The code was finally sold in 1975 for $3,000 to MITS, and Bill and Paul were also hired to maintain and improve it. Many versions like 4K Basic, Extended Basic would follow and would spark the home computing market of the 1980s, appearing on computers like the IBM PC and the Apple II. Basic interpreters remained the core of Microsoft's business until the early 1980s, when it shifted to MS-DOS. Here is a picture of Steve Jobs on the right and computers. He made the PC-DOS operating system deal with IBM. In 1981, International Business Machines, or IBM, one of the world's largest companies having a 62% share of the mainframe computer market, was planning to enter the personal computer market. At this time, IBM was in touch with Bill Gates and Microsoft, which was the largest producer of computer programming languages with its interpreted BASIC. In 1980, Microsoft was not into the business of operating systems, or OS, and most personal computers used Digital Research Inc.'s DRIs, or CP/M, as an OS. As fate would have it, IBM's deal with DRI went poorly, and Bill took the opportunity to become the exclusive licensing agent of 86-DOS, or QDOS, Quick and Dirty Operating System, a software similar to CP/M. Microsoft then delivered it to IBM as PC-DOS or MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. It would turn out to be a hugely favorable deal, as Bill Gates, foreseeing that other hardware vendors would soon clone IBM system, did not offer to transfer the copyright on the operating system to IBM. As a result, there was a rapid growth of licenses for MS-DOS, as software developers quickly moved to become compatible with IBM. By the early 1990s, Microsoft had sold more than 100 million copies of MS-DOS, making it one of the most successful software ever written. And here is the piece of software. He was named as the world's youngest self-made billionaire at 31. In the 1981 issue of the Forbes magazine, Bill Gates was listed among the 400 richest people in America. He was estimated to be worth $1.25 billion and was the world's youngest self-made billionaire to be recognized by the magazine. He was 31 years old. The honor would be later held by Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg at the age of 23 in 2008. And this is the front of the magazine. His company came up with Windows 95. Although MS-DOS had established Bill Gates' Microsoft among the most successful and leading companies in the technology revolution, they were yet to give the finest and biggest offering, Windows. It was arguably the game changer in personal computer software. Windows 95 was released enthusiastic customers in the August of 1995 and turned out to be the operating system, OS, that changed everything. Windows is currently installed in high majority of computers, some estimating it close to 90% in the world. It powers many things ranging from business servers and mobile phones to retail displays and cash machines. Windows 1.0 was originally a graphical version of MS-DOS as a competition against Apple's Lisa, inspired by the advances in the Xerox PARC. Windows 95 gave the most commercially successful version of a GUI using the WIMP window icon menu and pointing device paradigm with revolutionary features like plug and play and multitasking. And this is a picture of Windows 95. 6. Bill Gates became the richest man in the world at the age of 39. Riding the success of MS-DOS and his other successful software during the PC revolution, Bill Gates was named the richest man in the world at the age of 39 in 1995 by Forbes. He would be consistently ranked among the richest of the rich by the magazine till date. Also topping the list in 1996, 1998 to 2007, 2009 and 2014 to 2017. In 1999, Gates was estimated to be worth $101 billion. There were reports that in 1996, when the company's stock hit a high, he was earning close to $30 million a day. In 2018, Bill Gates is ranked behind Amazon's Jeff Bezos as the second richest man in the world. He is valued at $90 billion. And this is Forbes. This is a report in 2014 of Bill Gates. He did notable charity work through his Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Established in 1994 as William H. Gates Foundation, his foundation was later relaunched as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in 2000 after combining three family foundations and Gates donating stocks valued at $5 billion. The foundation aims at improving healthcare, expanding education opportunities, and reducing extreme poverty. It is considered among the largest and most notable private foundations in the world, holding close to $50 billion in assets. Organized through its Global Development Division, Global Health Division, United States Division, Global Policy and Advocacy Division, and Global Growth and Opportunity Division. The foundation has made many notable donations since its inception, which run into tens of billions of dollars. Notable recipients include the GAVI Alliance, formerly the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, the Rotatory Foundation of Rotatory International, Global Alliance for TB Drug Development, PATH, and Johns Hopkins University. Gates is among the pioneers of the personal computer revolution. It is perhaps very difficult to imagine our lives and work without the personal computer in the past few decades. In the 1970s and early 80s, computers were not as common as they are today. It was a time when the idea of personal home computer was mocked by many. The tech revolution required better machines, better technologies, better software, but most importantly, making things simpler. the PC would do exactly that and make the computer personal with user-friendly tools or software like Windows, Office, Paint and many others. Thus computing, which was remote and foreign to most people, would become a personal and easy experience, establishing Microsoft in the early days of microcomputers. Its founders Bill Gates and Paul Allen dreamt of putting a PC on every desk and every home, a dream that would propel a small company of just 30 people to a multi-billion global force that employs 124,000 individuals and affects millions of lives as the leading software company in the world. And Bill Gates has been a pioneer of this change. He impacted the way the world works. More than 4 decades after his dream of a PC on every desk, more than 1 billion PCs are in use today. Microsoft's platform has become a target of a massive community of developers which have supplied Windows with 16 million programs. Most world businesses run on Microsoft-based IT infrastructure, including Windows, Microsoft Office, Azure Cloud Services, Skype, and more. Microsoft tools are also preferred by many governments around the world, and they also play important roles in education institutions around the world. Here is a picture of Bill Gates getting a medal, or to be exact, on Global News. 10. He won the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Bill Gates has been honored and recognized throughout his eminent career in the software industry as a philanthropist. In 2016, Bill and Melinda Gates was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama, which is the highest civilian award in the United States, and many other notable awards. Bill Gates was also named by the Time magazine as among the 100 most influential people of the 20th century. And here's a picture of the Presidential Medal received by Bill Gates up here. Next, I'm going to talk about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a famous physicist. His research spanned from quantum mechanics to theories about gravity and motion. Although he has made many great achievements throughout his life, his greatest was the general relativity theory, which isn't what he is most famous for, but it has affected our lives greatly. It gave us the real explanation of gravity, instead of Isaac Newton's theory of an invisible force that pulls. Einstein knew that the universe pushes, not pulls, so he worked for 10 tedious years, which paid off as an experiment proved him right. Even though Einstein is not alive today, people still remember him and his contributions to our ever-expanding society. The general theory of relativity, or general relativity for short, is a major building block of modern physics. It explains gravity based on the way space can curve, or to put it more accurately, it associates with the force of gravity with the changing geometry of space-time. It helped scientists realize that there was an invisible net called the space-time net. It was curved by weight of the objects, and that was what attracted nearby objects into its orbit. Einstein proposed that objects such as the Sun and the Earth can change this geometry. In the presence of matter and energy, it can evolve, stretch and warp, forming ridges, mountains, and valleys that cause bodies moving through it to zigzag and curve. So although Earth appears to be pulled downwards by the sun by gravity. Towards the sun by gravity, there is no such force. It is simply the geometry of space-time around the sun, telling the Earth how to move. What are the benefits of general relativity? It has helped many people to understand gravity more clearly. People know the truth of gravity now. It has helped many people unlock many secrets of the universe. What a great physicist he was! This is a picture of Albert Einstein on the bottom right, or to put it more accurately, a painting. I will be talking about Stephen Hawking next. He is a physicist that works with cosmology or astronomy, also many other theories, which has been contributed greatly to the world. His scientific works included a collaboration with Roger Penrose on gravitational singularity theorems in the framework of general relativity and the theoretical prediction that black holes emit radiation, often called Hawking radiation. That was his greatest theory. Hawking showed that quantum effects allow black holes to emit exact blackbody radiation. The electromagnetic radiation is produced as emitted by a blackbody with a temperature inversely proportional to the mass of the black hole. Hawking radiation reduces the mass and rotation energy of black holes and is therefore known as black hole evaporation. Because of this, black holes that do not gain mass through other means are expected to shrink and ultimately vanish. Black hole radiation, or Hawking radiation, is due to the black hole capturing one of a particle and antiparticle pair created spontaneously near to the event horizon. Hawking radiation is a special type of Unruh radiation of static particles just outside the horizon with the acceleration of the surface gravity measured at infinity. The one that can actually be seen is the Schwinger effect. As well as its great importance to the world, Hawking radiation can actually cause tremendous damage to anything. Smaller primordial black holes can emit more energy than they absorb, which results in them losing net mass. Larger black holes, such as those that are one solar mass, absorb more cosmic radiation than they emit through the Hawking radiation. One big contribution in the theory was that it taught people that black holes aren't actually black. They emit radiation, which is definitely not black. Below is a picture of Stephen Hawking, when he was young. The fourth famous person that contributed to the world is Thomas Edison. What a great inventor he was! He invented the electric locomotive phonograph, electric pen and copying system, kinetoscope, improved the telephone and improved the stock ticker, and most importantly, he invented the electric light bulb. This is a picture of the great invention, the light bulb. It took over 10,000 tries to perfect the light bulb and is used throughout our daily lives, which originates mainly from this particular light bulb below. The most famous and the invention that contributed the most to our society was the electric light bulb. As I said before, the light bulb that Thomas Edison invented was the father of all light bulbs. The light bulb's impact on society was that people now had light at all times of the day and did not need to rely on the sun's light. For business users, the major economic impact of the light bulb was that it allowed factories and other businesses to run even in the night. This increased economic production dramatically. That's how Edison's imagination lit up the whole world. The light bulb also decreased the cost of lighting, as people wouldn't have to pay for coal or gas lighting anymore. One last thing that Edison contributed to the world when releasing his light bulb, he improved safety. If you used a gas lamp or coal lamp, you had more chance of it burning down. However, the electric light bulb would be easy to harness in mercury and has no chance of it causing a huge fire. Here is a picture of Thomas Edison below. Last but not least, I will be talking about Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American engineer and inventor who is highly regarded in energy history for his development of alternating current (AC) electrical systems. He also made extraordinary contributions in the field of electromagnetism and wireless radio communication. The most significant invention that contributed to our world today was alternating current (AC), which delivers the electricity we use directly to our house. Nikola Tesla conducted an experiment years ago where he made a tower to send messages to people. Fortunately, he failed, which means that if he succeeded, airships and all types of air transport would explode due to the arc of electricity that circulates Tesla Tower. Today's air conditioners use only about half as much electricity as in 1990, and continued advances in energy efficiency could reduce the energy consumption impacts substantially. Higher priced electricity would show the adoption and use of air conditioning, while spurring innovation in energy efficiency, all because of alternating current. After alternating current was invented, people's lives became much easier. Instead of lighting fires for heat, people could eventually turn a knob to the desired temperature. Instead of using candles for lights, they could flip a switch. Nikola Tesla made everyone's lives much easier harnessing alternating current. The big advantage that alternating current provides for the power grid is the fact that it is relatively easy to change the voltage of the power using a device called a transformer. Power companies save a great deal of money this way, using very high voltages to transmit power over long distances. With the absence of commutators and brushes that DC machines use to generate electricity, power consumption is also one of the advantages of alternating current. The first AC induction motor was patented by Tesla in the late 1800s, and which was used alongside AC power. This innovation made its way to factories in the United States. Now, this contribution to engineering is still being used by households, and it is used to power electric fans, garbage disposers, and compressors for air conditioners. It is also preferable to use than its counterpart. Alternating current is also available in abundance and is said to be less expensive. Compared to DC current, availability of AC is better and is less in cost than DC, which also supplies lower current. These two features make it more practical and preferable than its counterpart. Here is a picture of Nikola Tesla. That's all for today. Thank you and see you later. And make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below.